Hello everybody and welcome back to a Royal Reader. Today I'm going to be showing you all the books that I have bought in the month of October. So it's not too bad. I think I have maybe 12 books. 11. I have 11 books, so that's not too bad. Let's just get into them. Some of them you may have already seen from when I showed you in my vlog, so if you do want to go and see that vlog, then please be sure to click up in the eye. I think it's this side. Yes. Also, I tried a little bit of a different approach with my makeup today. I have freckles. I don't know how I feel about it, but also my eye makeup is quite dark and I did not realize that when I did it. So the first book that I picked up, well, not really the first book that I picked up, but you know, that is The Damned by Renee Ahdieh. This is the second book in the, I don't know if it has a serious name or not, but this is the sequel to her vampire paranormal romance book called The Beautiful. I read that book last month, I believe, and I was definitely intrigued by the ending, so I decided to pick up the second book. The next book that I got was one that I showed in my vlog, and it's a rather interesting edition. This is The Deepest and Darkest Red by Anna-Marie McLemore, I think. And as you can tell, I got the hardback edition, but there's no dust jacket. So I'm not entirely too sure what happened there. I'm okay with it, to be honest, because it's kind of cool having a naked hardback. But I don't know what happened. With this book, we have a sort of retelling, reimagined version of the Tale of the Red Shoes, which, from what I know, is, I think, a girl puts on these red ballet shoes and she has to dance until she dies. I think this has a dual timeline where we follow people who it first affected and then many years later, and it's like the family of those people. So yes, I am very excited to read this eventually. Next up, I have The House of Salt and Sorrows. This is supposed to be a 12 Dancing Princesses retelling. I started this and I just was not in the mood for it, so I stopped about 30 pages in. It is definitely a new retelling version. There's definitely its own myth involved within the story, so yes, I do plan on picking it up one day, just not at the moment. So the next book was one of the most anticipated releases that I had for this year, and that is, of course, The Invisible Life of Addie Larry by V.E. Schwab. As you can tell, I have already read this book. I read this in my previous vlog, so if you do want to have a look at that and see my reactions to it, which was definitely not what I expected, please go ahead and check that out. In this story, we follow our main character, Addie Larry. She is 23 and she is being forced into a marriage she doesn't want. She wants to still be able to live and see the world, which unfortunately is something that she cannot do from being a girl in the 17th century. So she runs away on the day of her wedding and manages to find a devil who makes a deal with her to give her freedom. Comes with a catch: no one will remember her. So she has to go through her life with the freedom that she wants, but no one remembers her. The moment they walk away or the moment they turn away from her, they don't know who she is anymore. That all changes 300 years later when she walks into a bookstore again and the man behind the counter remembers her. So that is the basic premises of this book. This is a very interesting book. The writing is absolutely flawless. It's probably one of the best writing that V.E. Schwab has done. So I suggest, if you want to read very metaphorical, lyrical writing, definitely do pick this up. This next book I managed to find at my local supermarket, and I was so happy that I actually managed to find it, and that is The Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. I have been seeing everybody talk about this book, and all I know about it is that it's witches plus the suffragette movement. That's pretty much all I know. Either way, it's witches. This cover is amazing. I want to read it, So this next book is one that I'm not entirely too sure I'm going to be keeping because there has been a little bit of discord around it, and that is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I have seen people talking about this on Twitter, and it comes from people who are own voices, and there are just a lot of harmful words and descriptions in this novel. There's also like misrepresentation of a person of color, and so I don't particularly know if I want to keep this. Let me know if I should read it. I have seen a lot of people say that the writing style is not very good and that they really didn't enjoy it. This is supposed to be a Harry Potter that's darker and aimed more towards adults, and basically that is the school of magic that these children go to. Don't have teachers, they have to learn the magic themselves, and there is monsters at every turn, and the only way you can get out of the school is if you graduate or you die. So that's the basic premises of this book. I was intrigued, but after seeing the discord that's around it, I don't know if I want to keep it anymore, so yeah. This next book I am really excited to get to eventually, and that is The Queen's Rising by Rebecca Ross. So in this we have people who are very skilled at certain aspects, so they could be really skilled at art or music or studying and being very scholarly. Our main character is very skilled at killing people. And I think she's also a queen. I don't know. It's something like that. I don't know. People really like this, so I just decided to get it because it was also on sale. So next is a book that I saw and it was on sale, and I was just like, you know what, one day I want to read it, so let's just get it now. And that is Withering Heights by Emily Bronte. This is the cutest little version. This is supposed to be like a gothic fiction, I think. It's also a classic, and yeah, I figured that it was on sale and I'm going to read it eventually, either when I go to uni next year or at some point, so I decided to get this one. It's also a lot smaller than I thought it was, and the text is pretty big, so yeah. Next, we have another book that I am super excited about, and that is Catherine House by Elizabeth Thomas. This is meant to be a dark academia thriller, psychological thriller-esque book, so I'm very excited about this. I believe Catherine House is a university. I'm not sure if it's a girls-only university or not, but people go there and then things start happening and it's like really weird, and that is basically all I know about this book, so yeah. Next we have another thriller, and that is Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman. This is an urban fantasy that is sort of like, I guess, The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. We have a girl who moves back to her mother's hometown and discovers that her family is part of the founding families of that town, and that they are required to complete a task of keeping away the Grey, which is some sort of mystical force that encompasses the woods that are nearby, and the children of these founding families are actually magical and they have powers, I think, and it's supposed to help them keep the Grey away. That's pretty much all I know about this book. The moment I heard about it and saw this cover, I immediately thought of Stranger Things, and that's exactly what it says on the back. It says that it is perfect for fans of the Raven Boys and Stranger Things, so I'm super excited to read this. And the last book that I have is one that I got just yesterday in the mail. I ordered this back in, I think, around my birthday. This was supposed to be in my birthday book haul, but unfortunately they didn't have any in stock, and then the edition that I wanted was no longer available, and it was just a whole big stuff around, but I have it now. And that is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I am so excited to read this eventually at some point. I am a massive Shakespeare nerd. I just love Shakespeare, okay? I once acted in a play that was like a sci-fi version of Romeo and Juliet was a clone of 5 girls, and like I was one of the clones, and it was the greatest experience of my life. I love Shakespeare so much, and this is supposed to be like The Secret History by Donna Tartt, but instead of Latin students, it's theatre students who focus on Shakespeare. And it follows the same premises where one of them is killed and we don't know which one, and someone is also blamed for it. And the beginning of this, the character who was blamed for the murder is finally released from jail, and the investigator who put him in jail is then retiring, and he wants to know exactly what happened. So then we go back in time and find out what happened. I'm super excited to start this. I love Shakespeare. I'm a theatre nerd. If I could have gone to like some prestigious theatre school that was available somewhere in Australia, I totally would have, but unfortunately there isn't. So yeah, I'm gonna live my dreams of being a theatre student through this. I'm gonna rip my dress trying to freaking hold all these. No, please don't, please don't, please don't, please, 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 please. So these are all of the books that I got for the month of October. I'm not planning on buying this many books in the next month. Oh, that's so heavy. Because my bank account just cannot afford to keep doing that. And I also need to get another bookshelf, and I don't have enough space for it yet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know if you have read any of these books down in the comments below, and you can come and chat to me on Twitter and Instagram. The links are always down in the description box as well, so please go ahead and check those out. I am so excited to read these. I don't know which one I should start first, so do let me know if you have an idea of which one I should read first. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you guys in another one later on.